Experience. Experience.
This may not be your average classroom, but the lessons being learnt here are helping pave the way for special education in Dubai.
Brilliant, well done.
We are at the dyslexia unit at the Jumeirah Primary School, set up more than a decade ago to pick out students with learning difficulties, give them extra assistance, allowing them to be at par with other students in the classroom. Broadly put, dyslexia is a learning disability affecting reading and writing skills and occurs in varying degrees. But despite how common it is, some studies suggest up to 10% of a population can be dyslexic. It is often misunderstood and rarely treated.
My daughter, who was first diagnosed, she was 4 years old. She was very young in the class, and unfortunately she was kind of labelled as one of the slower children because she couldn't read, she couldn't write, and you know, as children are quite cruel at that age.
What starts off as difficulties with reading or spelling, if unchecked, can often lead to other behavioural problems, which is why the most important step in tackling dyslexia is early detection and intervention.
He was sitting alone. Sometimes he not only complained, sometimes the other children complains, not the teacher. His attitude is weird. We can't play with him. They isolated him and they didn't want to play with him, and he was so upset about that. And now he is the star of the class. He loves to play with the children. Even children loves to play with him.
Early identification and intervention are not the only challenges facing learning difficulties. It's equally important for parents and peers to overcome any stigma they feel related to learning difficulties. But the biggest challenge still remains the lack of awareness, even among teachers. There are special needs classes and coaching centers, but most of Dubai's mainstream classrooms, both in the public and private sector, are just not equipped to diagnose or help dyslexic children, until now. Recently, the Knowledge and Human Development Authority, a body that supervises Dubai's private schools, invited the JPS Dyslexia Unit to talk to teachers and principals from other schools in an attempt to spread awareness.
The KHDA have been inspecting schools for a while now, and we have always got an outstanding result for the dyslexia unit and inclusion at JPS. Recently they invited us to talk to at CARDA, to talk to other schools in Dubai, head teachers of private schools in Dubai, to kind of spread awareness of the type of support we provide here and the benefits that it provides to the children and the parents.
Back at the dyslexia unit, one just has to watch the students at work or talk to their parents to see how this little area has started off its own education revolution, enabling and empowering generation after generation of young children.
So her progress has been outstanding over the last 2 years, and a good example of that was earlier on this week, due to her doing the amount of homework she does. We didn't get round to doing her spellings at the weekend. Yet she managed to get 19 out of 20 just from her understanding of the English language, how the words are put together, her comprehension.
My oldest child is 16 and she was diagnosed at 7 years old at JPS and had intervention throughout her whole primary school, and is now achieving goals that were unimaginable back then. So for me, intervention is everything.
And we were fortunate enough to be able to get a place at this school and within the dyslexia unit, and that's given him a lot of targeted support, and which is integrated within the school, so there's consultation between the department and the class teacher, so they both know what each other are doing, and the parents are also integrally involved as well.
What sets the dyslexia unit at the Jumeirah Primary School apart from other special needs centres, and what the KHDA hopes will be implemented by other schools, is integration. This is a mainstream school with children from all walks of life, and proves how with a little additional help and intervention, even those students previously thought of as difficult or not intelligent enough can be fully integrated into the classroom. Priyanka Dutt for Emirates 24/7.